tell me, um, first of all, you have a particular target memory, is that right?
Yes. Well, I was the practicum that we did before. I was going to use.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And what was what happened with the disturbance level? What did it start at?
It started at 10. It didn't really change until
Oh, okay, big one.
until I felt a little bit less. I rated it as coming down about 2 or 3. I can't
About
remember.
an 8 or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You said a 3?
It came down about 3,
So
so
it went from a 10
to 8
and
or
what
6.
is it now? So now it's
Now it's probably still there, possibly a bit less.
8 or 3?
No, no, it was a 10. It came down to an 8,
An
and
8. Yeah, okay.
now
Good.
maybe about a 6 or something.
Oh, it's gone down further after we stopped the practicum. But if you think about it now, it doesn't pop back up to an 8. It's at a 6.
No, it's probably an 8.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Um, and when did this incident occur?
just a couple of weeks ago at Christmas.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so um, recent incidents typically have feeders. Um, so
Yeah,
can you tell me the nature of the incident?
the it's to do with my mother, and I talked about that in the
Oh,
November. I did.
let me say also that incidents that have to do with family members almost always have feeders.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
so it has to do with your mother.
Yeah, I
And so what is the dominant emotion that it has to do with?
helplessness, powerlessness, and
Powerlessness
powerlessness,
and not anger.
disgust.
Disgust, okay? And now it's back up to nearly a 10, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. So when you feel that helplessness, powerlessness, disgust, where do you feel it in your body?
in my solar plexus and in my throat.
Okay. Throat and solar plexus. So go ahead and feel those sensations and let your mind float back to an early memory with the same sensations. First one that comes up. First one that you reject.
That comes up. I think there's fear there too.
Uh-huh.
The first one that comes up is when I was about 4,
Yeah.
and I was annoyed about something, I don't know what. And we were
Uh-huh.
inside after having been out somewhere. And I went in first and I lay on the floor to have a tantrum, and I kicked the back door just as my mother came in, and it squashed her thumb in the drawer.
Oh, uh-huh. So I want to, I normally don't let people tell me the details
Like that.
because that's very activating, but how disturbing is the memory from 4 years old?
It's not as disturbing as now, but it's the only one
No.
that comes up.
But the memory from 4 years old does sound like it involves disgust.
No.
No, so it's probably not really the feeder memory. So what you want to do is just think of what happened 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
and
I've got it. The disgust, it's very, very related. Yeah, it's to do with my grandfather, who,
uh-huh.
yeah, he turns out he was a paedophile. I wasn't his only
Yeah.
victim. And he would give us wet kisses with stick his tongue in our mouth. And the memory with my mother is of her coming in when I was feeling angry with her and just coming at me to give me a kiss. and that I didn't want, but I couldn't say no to. It's, yeah, tied up.
So that involves anger, is that what you're saying?
I wasn't angry at the time. No, I just was
Okay. So but now it looks like you have an image, you're looking up, and the image is of your mother?
just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's the 2 weeks ago. Right. But this memory of your grandfather,
Yeah,
what age were you then?
probably preschool. Definitely
Preschool.
preschool.
Okay. And how disturbing is that memory?
That's disturbing. That's right up there.
Yeah.
9 or 10.
10. Yeah. 9 or 10.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So, and that has obviously same components as
yeah,
this recent incident.
yeah.
Good. Uh, so I can see you've gotten more activated already than I want you to get. But have you got a good PEF?
Well, I've been using my little dog who hopped on my lap during the last practice,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't keeping my focus fully. And so I tried to
Yes.
put out my garden because I love my garden, but that wasn't great either. So no, I haven't
Uh-huh.
really strong one
Okay.
this time.
And let me just say that it's different doing your dog when you're doing it in the practicum than it is when you're having an interaction about your dog. So we could use your dog. Do you have any other PEFs in mind?
No, she's the strongest usually.
Uh-huh. And okay, let's just go ahead and tap. And let's talk about her. What's her name?
Maggie May, but mostly Maggie.
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 Maggie May. And how long have you had her?
Only just over 2 years. She was
Uh-huh.
a rescue dog.
She
She
was
she was a rescue dog. She was
a
rehired.
rescue.
She was
Uh-huh.
over 2 years old, just on
Yeah.
2 years
Okay.
ago.
And so do you feel close to Maggie? Is she important to you? Yeah. What do you like about Maggie?
She's very cuddly, and
Uh-huh.
say dogs don't like cuddles, but that's not true.
Uh-huh.
She'll
And
hop on.
how big is she?
Pardon?
How big is she? What kind of dog is she?
About 10 kgs. She's a Tibetan Terrier Poodle cross.
Oh, Tibetan Terrier Poodle cross.
To Toodle, which is ridiculous.
Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Flash. I was thinking, well, every one of these crosses with a poodle has another name. I thought, well, what is a terrier and a poodle? It's a toodle?
To Toodle, because there's two T's.
Uh-huh, Flash. But he's not that small, right?
She's about 10 kgs, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty big, right?
She fits on my knee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so poodles don't shed. Does the
No,
toodle shed?
no,
Oh,
she doesn't.
that's nice. Flash. And terriers tend to be a bit yappy, right?
She's not yappy, but she talks. She goes,
She talks. Flash. And how did it come about that you ended up with a toodle?
I had well, the vet found her for me. I had a chocolate labradoodle who was only 3 years, 8 months, and 15 kg,
Oh,
and he could get up to the bench, and he helped himself to some drinking chocolate powder and died very suddenly.
oh,
And that was
I'm
just
sorry.
some major surgery and I needed a little companion, so my vet within a week helped me find her.
Oh, that's nice. Flash.
She rescued me too.
So, yeah. So take a break. And now, without thinking of any of the details, just sort of skate over the top and tell me if you notice any change in the memory of your grandfather.
Yeah, I don't feel as tense in my chest, and
Uh-huh.
my throat's not as tense. Yeah.
So I have a nasty habit of reading people's suds. So I'm saying it's between a 5 and a 6 right now.
Yeah, could be. I would have said a 7, but yeah.
7. 7's good enough for me. Okay. And so tell me some more about Maggie.
She
Does
arrived.
Maggie like the beach?
No, she hates the beach.
She
Well, I live
hates the
at the beach,
beach.
and I took her down the other day, and she was terrified of the waves. And I was trying to
Oh, wow.
get in the waves, and a wave came up behind me and filled my gumboots.
Flash. Does she like to run?
She loves to run. She runs and runs,
Ah,
especially if there's another dog involved.
uh-huh. And do you throw things and she retrieves them?
She won't bring things back. But
Yeah. Flash. I had a poodle, a standard, who loved to chase things. I mean, I could throw things. She'd chase after them, but she never brought them back. She'd go up there and she'd put her nose right down on top of the thing to let me know that she knew where it was, but she wasn't going to bring it back.
yeah.
Flash.
The only thing she chases is her Kong. Do you know what a Kong is? It's a dog
Yeah, sure.
toy. Yeah, and I've stuffed food in it
In
that
it.
come out easily. And if she can't dislodge it, she'll bring it to me and I'll throw it and she'll bring it back again. That's the only thing only time she fetches.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Tried treats to encourage you to bring them back. No, she's
No. But she'll chase the Kong. You'll swing it and let go and she'll
yeah,
chase it.
yeah,
Huh. Flash.
but only if it's got food in
And
it.
if it's got food in it, she'll chase it. If it doesn't have food, oh,
Not,
that's really interesting. Well, what's the good of chasing it if there's no food inside?
she's very in touch.
Yeah, Flash. But she loves chasing other dogs.
She does.
Is she the chaser or the chasee?
She doesn't like that if they can run as fast as or faster than her. She goes,
Oh,
like she's going to be attacked.
uh-huh. Flash. Interesting. And I mean, I know poodles, but terriers they're hunting dogs originally, right?
Yes, I'm not sure about Tibetan terriers, what they were bred for. She likes to be up high. She likes to sit on
Uh-huh.
the back of the couch or anything up high. I came out once and found her on the table.
Flash. Uh-huh. So she'll go for Mount Everest. Flash. So what are her tricks? I guess one trick is getting up on the table.
Yeah. And I've taught her when the doorbell rings to get in her bed because she used to run to the door and bark
Right.
when.
And harass whoever it is.
And I work from
Right.
home,
Flash.
so it was important that she learnt not to do that. So now when the doorbell rings, she
Uh-huh.
hops and waits for her treat.
That's a pretty good trick.
Uh,
Flash. Does she have a kennel little enclosure that she goes into, or it's
inside.
just a bed?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And where does she sleep?
She sleeps in a bed in my bedroom on the floor. She'd like to sleep on the
Yeah.
bed, but she sleeps in.
Uh-huh. Flash. So it sounds like it's pretty clear in your family who's boss.
Well, it had to be because she came, when I inherited her, she came with a liking for tackling little dogs, which was the reason
Oh,
she was rehomed to me, because she was fighting with her mother, who was her own size or smaller, and they
oh,
both wanted to be the top dog. So
oh, wow.
rehomed to me, and
Wow,
it
flash.
showed up for a while because I think she was in shock being rehomed, and I wasn't very well.
Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
but now I had the council come around and tell me that they'd had complaints about her and that she could be classified as
Oh,
a dog, and she's this little thing.
wow.
So
Flash.
I've been, I got someone to come around and give me some training, and he said I had to be the
Yeah.
dog, which is why she has to get new.
Wow.
And
Uh-huh.
I've trained her to
Well, good
sit
for you.
and wait when we're out walking, and I walk off for 60 seconds and she has to wait, and then I call her and she comes running to me. It's the cutest
Oh,
thing ever.
great.
Yeah.
Flash. So take a break and check in again without thinking of any of the details and see if you notice any further change.
I feel yeah, much calmer. Much calmer. Maybe about a
3
3 or
or 4?
yeah.
Okay, good. So now ask yourself what makes it as much as a 3 or a 4.
There's a little bit of the question is there about um, how do I stop it happening again? Like
Oh,
like a yeah.
so that's it's a slightly different question than how, when you think of what happened, first of all, you're thinking about your mother now, you're not thinking about your grandfather.
Yeah.
So we're still on your grandfather until we're done with your grandfather. Um, so how disturbing is the memory of your grandfather?
It's still quite disturbing because I'm not allowed to say no.
Weren't allowed to say no or not allowed to say
I'm
no?
allowed to say no. So maybe there's another
Uh,
feedback to that, because yeah, no was not an option. You did not say
I
no.
see. I see. So,
I
Is
mean,
there
my
anger? Is there anger? Do you feel angry?
yeah, I was going to ask the same question.
not in that memory with my grandfather. I didn't know I had the right to be angry. We weren't allowed to be angry either.
But now,
Right, right.
Now,
But
yes, absolutely.
Nina's asking whether you have anger about not being allowed to say no.
Absolutely. Really pisses
Yeah.
me off. It's got me in a lot of
Okay.
difficult.
So, do you have a towel there?
No, but I've got a cushion. A cushion, do we?
No, no, it has to be a towel.
Grab a towel.
Preferably not a huge towel, but a towel.
bathroom towel, something that you can fold in half and make into a little.
Use a towel.
Good. Okay. Now, before you roll it up, you need to fold it once. So
Fold it.
if you fold it, it'll have some more substance to it. No, the other way.
Fold it in half.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now fold it again.
Yeah.
The other way.
Or the other
That's
way.
good enough. Oh, yeah, you can now just roll that. Roll it the long way.
Yes. Like that.
Get your
No,
hands.
the other way. The other way. Start with the little end and roll it until you get to the end. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you hold that with two hands, That's great. Can you get your hand all the way around it?
No, got small hands.
Okay. Now twist it. Can you twist it? Or, oh, that's great. So it doesn't really twist. It twists a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what we want. So now I'd like you to twist the towel and think of the anger about not being allowed to say no. And twist as hard as you can. That's perfect. Good. And follow with your eyes. And follow the wand right off the side of the screen. So keep, even though you can't see the wand after it goes off the screen, keep your eyes moving as if you could see the wand. That's it. Oh, that's perfect. That's good. And focus on the anger and keep twisting. That's great. That's good. That's good. Great. That's right. That's right. Good. 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 Yeah, I mean, the wand is just a blur. You can't really see it, but you know which ways to move your eyes. That's the important thing. Okay, now take a break and tell me, whoops, what you're noticing.
Then I'm how angry I am, really. Like,
Yes. Okay, then stay with it and twist some more. That's good. Keep twisting. That's right. That's good. That's right. That's good. Good. That's right. Keep twisting. Good. That's right. That's right. Good. Good. That's right. That's good. And now blank it out and take a deep breath. And what are you noticing now?
that's weird. I'm thinking, you fucking assholes.
Oh, that's good. I guess you're angry. Do you want to vocalize it
While we're
out
doing,
loud?
yeah, sure.
You're welcome to. You know, when you were a kid, you weren't allowed to say anything, so maybe you really need the permission now to say it out loud.
No. No.
That didn't sound, that's better.
No. 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 No.
I think back to fucking asshole, that would be
Fucking assholes.
Oh, there you go. Now you got it. That's right.
How dare you? Shut me up.
That's good. Keep your eyes moving. That's right. Keep twisting. That's right. Do you have more to say?
Leave me alone.
Yes, good.
Let
How
me
dare
be.
you?
Yeah.
Good.
Let me be. Let me be who I am.
Right.
There's
Good.
nothing wrong with who I am. Just let me be.
Oh, that's good. I like it. Yeah. In other words, to not be able to say no is to say you can't be who you are.
Don't you dictate to me.
Yeah. 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 Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now blank it out. Take a deep breath. What are you noticing now?
I'm feeling calmer, much calmer.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't feel calmer, there's something wrong with this picture. uh, so, how disturbing is the memory now?
Of my grandfather?
Mm-hmm. It's not.
No, it's just a pathetic old man, really.
Yeah. What about your mother 2 weeks ago?
It still feels yuck.
It's yucky.
Yeah, it's like,
Uh-huh. Does it still make you angry?
no.
And do you were anxious about the future? What's going to happen in the future?
Well, I'd like to think I'm going to say no.
You will say no.
I will say no.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And are you anxious about that happening?
A little, because it's new. I don't.
Yeah. I was actually about to say, are you anxious or you actually look forward to the opportunity?
I hope I don't have too many awful opportunities again, but
It shouldn't take more than one.
yeah. Yeah.
So tell me what just happened. You had a different emotion come up.
Um, there's some uncertainty there. Yeah.
Somewhat?
Some uncertainty about
Uncertainty.
whether I can
Uh,
actually do it.
oh, it's about whether you can do it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So just, and I just want to acknowledge that we're doing eye movements like people do in EMDR, but when we do the towel twisting, that's what we do.
Right.
So it's not like we've abandoned Flash. It's just that really this core of this upset was your anger at the way that you were negated.
Yeah.
And
Can I just add in something here? As a child, it was you didn't have choices like you do as an adult to say no. As an adult, it's very different. You're in a different place than you were as that 4-year-old child.
Ideally, it's different. I mean, I know
Yeah.
that here, but I had the experience only a couple of years ago of being in a bed shop, and the guy told me to lie on the bed and try that. And next thing he's leaning over me to give me a hug, and inside I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing? And then I just capitulated, and I let him do it, and I even gave him a hug back because I didn't want him to feel bad. How fucked is that? It's like,
okay.
I mean, I've had some EMDR about it since then, and I think I would be better in that situation. But it's like this is something that's coloured my whole life, really.
How?
Yeah.
I'm 60 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So the issue is whether you're entitled to say no. And you feel more entitled, but you're not convinced that you have that power now.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say no to my mother.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt
So
anybody.
what would have happened if you'd said no to your mother?
She might have been hurt, I suppose. She might have had hurt feelings.
Yeah, yeah. Is that it?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's it.
I had a client who was gang raped, and after we processed the gang rape, she was upset because they had her wallet and they knew her address. And I asked her what she was afraid of. Well, they could come to her door. And I said to her, well, would you let them in? And she said, well, yes, because it would be rude not to. So she was pretty highly dissociative.
Yeah. 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 As a child, like about maybe 6 or 7, I remember being really worried because I've been fed stories about alcoholisms and how awful alcoholics were, and somebody in the family kicked their wife to death and I was worried that somebody would ask me to marry them at 6 or 7, and that I'd have to say yes because it would be rude to say no, and they might be an alcoholic.
Yeah. Right. So you really got very early messages that your job was to please other people.
Yep.
So I think I keep seeing sadness coming up, but yeah. So now this is one of those cases where my impulse is to do EMDR. I think I will, just because. just follow follow the wand. Blanket out and take a deep breath. What are you noticing?
I'm noticing how unsafe I felt as a child, and
Yes.
till now, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that
So what I think the reason I didn't go back to Flash is because instinctively it seems that what you need is basically some inner child work, some imagining holding that little girl and supporting her and telling her that she has every right to say no and to support herself.
That's what I was thinking about, taking that little girl and telling her, you're safe with me.
Yeah. So I think I want to stop here, but I'd like you to try the cloud-based app during lunch.
Sure.
And see if that helps taking you to the next step, next level.
I realized that I was angry with myself as well as my mother or everyone else. But I don't feel angry now. I feel
good.
Yeah, much better.
Good. And what about when you think of the future and having to interact with your mother around something like this?
I had a kind of an image of me just saying no when she's coming in, just saying
Uh-huh.
no.
Good.